When it first came out that Corey King was labeled food, right? It was a shock to a lot of people. Like, damn, if you were food at one time, how did you make it back? And ladies and gentlemen, it's called timing, patience, bidding your time, running. So, as history has shown us, CK was always a selfish, power-thirsty individual when it came to the game. In GKB history, even though he tries to take the most credit as GKB being his baby venture, he wasn't mentally, physically, or socially equipped to have that hood himself. That's why Mac never gave him the hood himself. CK could have never been nothing by himself without the assistance of Pimp and Shaquell, more reputably Shaquell. And that's because Shaquell has loyalty to him because of Shaquell's loyalty to his older brother. Corey King had a lot of favoritism in his corner during his career that still, even with a favored hand, you still managed to fuck up multiple times. Point in case, number one, the politics that turned out to be fact about when you told everybody that OG Mac was a rat. Yes, Corey King was one of the first people to promote it without the paperwork. But not as Corey King was promoting it, he wasn't promoting it from a genuine standpoint on wanting the best for the gang. He was promoting it because he wanted the gang. He wanted the top seat. So, in trying to acquire the top seat, he was that snake in the grass that was trying to, slither its way in there to the top. But unfortunately, Benji was more loyal to the hood, more loyal to the gang, Mac, Blood, than he was to Corey King. And when they made that movie years ago, that spectacle, he turned in 48 at Corey King's ass and cut the shit out of him. Now, when he cut the shit out of Corey King, yeah, Corey King, you fought back, you hit the police officers, yes. That is all stuff you did. But too much is given, much is expected. You do not get a standing ovation for doing what you were expected to do already. So then now, once Corey King got shot, remember something, everybody. Corey King was released from jail in like 96. Then he allegedly went to the feds until like 98, 99. After 98, 99, CK was a ghost. Like I said in my previous video, it was rumored that he was a dead man, like he wasn't alive. They had rumors saying that he was a rat. Because of that Fed case, there was a bunch of rumors about CK. And CK he would always try to talk money, use that money talk shit as an image. But it's so funny that Corey King always talks this money shit, this $1 million man shit, when there's a bunch of people, like I could quote, that even his own hybrid members, he owed money to. Like, I was with him, I was friends, and I watched him try to bleed Miss Playful. Talk about bleed her dry, watch her treat him like a king, and ungratefully, he tried to leave her bankrupt. We didn't even get into the thick of it yet. For whatever reason, Corey King ran and built a whole new, different name and legacy in Houston. You used to call yourself Gucci Spoons out in Houston. Now, that one, everybody, if you were a known GFOG big homie in New York, and that's your legacy, and you went to another state to create another legacy, why would you not mention your name being still CK? Why would you more so take to a new moniker as Gucci Spoons? Then I wonder what really happened down there that made you run from Houston and come back to New York. Well, we ain't gonna worry about that. It's funny, but for years, even when I was in position, Corey King disappeared and didn't have the nerve to show his face until Robo just died. When Robo just died was the first time you showed your face to real right niggas. You know that. You hit in the cut. You keep talking about you ran the streets of Flatbush. I'm in tune with niggas that was really running the streets of Flatbush for this Herc shit around the time that you claiming and alleging that you were here. And they said they never heard of you. You weren't there. You were a ghost. That's more cap. And y'all would be like, why did the homies let CK do that? Because CK's the dumb one who wants to come on here and take all the credit and motherfucking play like a mascot. What do? You let a mascot jump around like the clown it is until they go too far. Until they go too far. This is the moment everyone has been waiting for. The exposure of Corey King. Now, you come back on the scene after Robo just died. Why? And when you come back on the scene, who sanctioned you? Who said that you could come back in the whip, CK? Who gave you their blessings and approval? Or did you take it upon yourself to use the lucky lottery pick that your name was still in fucking history and you manipulated niggas because that was just really who you were before they faded you? Because you got faded and you disappeared. Gucci Spoons doesn't sound like a blood moniker. It sounded like you accept that fade. You accepted that you were no longer a Damu soldier. And then now, Robo passed away. Powerfuls in the feds. You think you took that as your moment? Feeling like everybody who would have knew your dirty little secrets, everybody who would have known or would have been in a position to challenge you for the seat wasn't really there? That's what you thought? But the fact of the matter is, that's not the case. You tried it. You lied. But on numerous occasions, you got put in your place. Like the time that you came over here and told everybody that you was the biggest member of the UBN, that was a lie. Like you came over here and told everybody that you ran the UBN, that's a fucking lie. You haven't ran nothing but diarrhea since about 99, CK. You haven't made a call that's supposed to be jacked in all these years. And you wearing a chain that cost one of my real right brothers their life. Oh, wait, was that the fucking elephant in the room? Was that the part of the scenario that came on his live that y'all act like I didn't see? That he never fucking explained? Mr. Big Homie Leader, did you tell the world how your fucked up ass guidance, your grimy ass decision, envious ass vision cost a young man his life? And you lied? While you wearing that shit on your fucking neck? But that shit put a price on your head too, didn't it, CK? Is that why you don't feel comfortable in New York no more? Is that why you keep moving from location to location, hiding out in Connecticut? Constantly asking for people to help you find apartments out of New York City? You know how many people called to chime in to make sure I knew everything before this motherfucking fall from grace? CK, this is only part 1. Part 2 will be released members only. You ready?